Welcome back to another episode of the ACC Insider Podcast here on the Field of 68 Media Network. My name is Rob Dauster. Jeff Goodman, you see there with me, and we are joined today by none other than Wake Forest star Hunter Sallis, coming off of a win at SMU that capped off one of the longest and wildest, I think, 8-game runs that anybody had in college basketball season. We'll talk about all that here in a second. But first and foremost, Hunter, appreciate you being here, man. Thanks for jumping on.
Nah, thank you guys for having me. I'm excited to be here. Sure.
Let's start with the obvious. You guys go to Dallas, you go to SMU, you pick up a win there. Quad one opportunity, quad one win, something you guys needed for your resume, and frankly, something you really needed, maybe just for your momentum coming off the loss to Florida State. What happened at SMU and how you feeling after that win?
Yeah, just going into that game, we knew it'd be hard because I mean SMU's a really good team. So and we knew that going into it. So I mean we were just dialed in our whole scout and our whole plan, and I mean we went out there and executed on Saturday.
All right, so give me what the week has been like, because it's been a little bit of a roller coaster, right? I mean, your season, has been one in which all your losses have been quality losses. Everyone, I mean, you look at them and you're like, at Xavier, right? Florida down in Orlando, A&M, Clemson, Duke, Louisville. All these are pretty much, top 20 teams. And then you go out there against Florida State, and that's one, obviously, it was a close game. You'd love to have back. And then you do rebound. Give me kind of what your week was like for Hunter Sallis. What was that week like? Because you're on the bubble here, so it's got to be like nerve-wracking in a way.
Yeah, I mean, man, it's been crazy. Just like I'd say the biggest thing has been like our attention to detail just within practice. Like we have a crazy practice schedule. And I mean, I go to Wake Forest, so like it's not like these big time schools where a lot of guys don't have to go to class or like they're in a class with like 200 people. So like no, we're in class every day, every week.
Yep.
Then you play Florida State on Wednesday. Then you got a big bounce back game Saturday, which is one of the biggest games we played or had to play in. So I mean, man, this week has been crazy, but I got some great guys around me who makes it a lot easier for sure.
You mentioned the academic part of it. I do find it ironic that you guys are so dialed in when it comes to getting to class when you have a coach who spent his entire academic career just getting kicked out of class.
I know we need a copy of Forbes's transcript. That's what we need, right? We got to get a copy of that thing. Hey, what was the travel like after the SMU game? Take me through what because it was crazy, right? You guys
Oh yeah.
got stuck in Louisiana.
Yeah, so like honestly, I was asleep through it all. Like I was asleep through it all, so I probably couldn't give you too much detail. I just remember I woke up and it was like a lot of turbulence, stuff like that. It was a crazy flight, and we were trying to get through the storm, so we kept trying to go around it. Then we'd have to go back, circle back, and we kept trying, and it didn't work. So we ended up staying the night in Lafayette,
Yeah.
New Orleans, something like that.
Louisiana. Yeah, right near New
Louisiana.
Orleans.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So,
One of
so,
those two. So yeah.
so
But
you missed the what was that called? What was it called that you guys, well, you didn't see it, but the St. Elmo's fire or something? You missed it.
oh yeah, see, I didn't see that. I didn't see that. I had no
I got
idea.
pictures. Wait. I got pictures. It looks cool, really, really cool. And you slept through the thing. Come on.
Yeah, I slept the whole flight.
So, but
That's
I
crazy.
think you've experienced in these last probably 2 weeks the worst of the travel now that these conferences are getting as big as they are, right? You
Yeah.
guys go from playing a home game against Pitt, you got to fly across the country. You're at Stanford, you're at Cal. If I remember correctly, you didn't fly back on Saturday night from the game against Cal. You flew back on Sunday. Then you
Yeah.
get Florida State at home on a Wednesday while your body's still trying to adjust to the time change. Then you got to fly to SMU to play in Dallas at a team in one of the most important games that you're going to have this season, only to come home and guess what? You get to go on the road and face an in-state rival in NC State. Well, how? how draining has this travel been? And you guys have kind of probably experienced the worst of it here.
He sleeps
Yeah.
through it all. What do you mean draining? The dude sleeps through every flight. I mean, it's got to be great.
Nah, man, it's been crazy. Like, like you said, going from having to go all the way to the West Coast to coming back to going to Dallas, then, now we got in-state or NC State here soon. But it's been crazy, but it's nothing like we didn't sign up for. Like we knew, like we're playing the ACC, we're playing, tough games every night, and we're playing against, good teams every night. And this is what I signed up for. So
Do you
this point,
feel the
like,
time difference when you play? Like, does that something that even impacts you?
yeah, okay. So when we played Stanford, I definitely like the first game because we played Stanford first, then Cal. Yeah, when we played Stanford, I definitely felt it just because I think we played at it was maybe 7 or 6 their time, which was like almost 11, like 11 our time. So yeah, I definitely felt it for sure.
Hunter, what from the 2 years that you were at Gonzaga that didn't go the way you would have liked it, right? Um, Give me something that you took away from that has helped you in your time at Wake, and maybe even more specifically this season.
Yeah, just how to get through adversity. When things aren't going your way, just having a certain attitude and then just letting that carry with everything I do. And I felt like that was the biggest thing that I took from just my whole experience at Gonzaga because I genuinely enjoyed my time at Gonzaga. It's just I wasn't playing. But yeah, that was the biggest thing. Like and I feel like thank God that happened because that's something like I need with me for things that I do anything with, like whether it's not just basketball. So yeah, I'm just grateful for that experience.
Do you feel like when you got to Wake Forest, was it just as simple as there were more minutes available? Do you feel like you improved at any point? Was it a confidence thing? Like it's not often that you see guys go from averaging 4.5 points a game to averaging 18 points a game.
Yeah, I the biggest thing for me was I just changed like everything I was doing. I was like, okay, we got a new start. We're just gonna attack this head on and attack it hard. And I had great guys in my corner. Like I had Demetrius Nichols, who was here with us
Mhm.
last year, and now he's not with us. But that was my guy. We were in the gym every day, sometimes twice a day. We were getting it in, especially that summer, like when I first got there. So yeah, we attacked the preseason head on and we attacked it well. And I honestly didn't know the type of season like I'd have. I certainly didn't expect like, how I've been playing. But just thank God. I figured it out and now we're trying to get to March.
Here's a fun fact about Demetrius Nichols. When we started the Field of 68, do you know who had a podcast on the Field of 68?
Oh,
Demetrius
no
Nichols.
way. Really?
Yeah,
Hell
he
yeah,
did.
yeah.
He did.
Really?
I've known Demetrius. I've known him since he was about 15 years old. So,
That's crazy. Yeah, that's
love
my
him.
guy. I love Demetrius to
What's he
death.
doing now? What's he doing?
He's with the Sixers right now.
Good, good,
So
good for
yeah.
him. That's awesome. That's awesome. All right. So, if I said to you now, I think I know the answer to this because you've almost given me some of it's like Forbes speak. All right, I can hear it coming out of you already. All right, 2 years with Forbes, and you start to speak Forbes speak. But if I said to you, what's the one thing that you need to do as a team down the stretch here to get in the NCAA tournament? What is it?
Defend and rebound. I feel like that's our biggest thing. And I feel like earlier in the season, it was people who would say offense.
Yeah.
But I think defense has been our identity this whole year. And that's what's won us, a lot of these games. So, that's what we're relying on now. And we've been doing a good job with that. And I feel like we're just, like, we have a lot of weapons offensively. Like, that'll just come naturally more so. But, yeah, definitely down the stretch, us being good defensively and rebounding, that'll be huge.
If I would have told freshman year Hunter Sallis that he was playing on a team whose identity was on the defensive end of the floor, would you have believed it?
Man, okay, so my freshman year, that's really like what I did a lot. So I
That's how you got in the
probably,
court. That's right.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'd be like, I might be able to see it a little bit.
Well, because you were so athletic for that league too. Let's be honest, right? You were. I mean, you were so
Yeah,
athletic for the WCC. I
right.
remember I was out there for a game. Who was it? I was out there for a game and I was sitting with your parents after the game. Um, and I remember talking to them about you and just kind of, stay the course, be patient, all that. Your dad, he was a sports writer, right? Sports writer.
My stepdad.
Your
Yep.
stepdad was a sports writer for the Omaha paper, correct?
Yep. Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
really good dude. Really good dude. He's not doing that anymore, is he? Is he still?
I honestly don't know. I
No.
wouldn't be
No.
able to tell you. Yeah, I'm not
No.
sure.
What would it mean for you guys? I think that I don't know how much you hear it there, but there are some rumblings that Forbes has been there for 5 years now. He hasn't kind of gotten over that hump to get into the dance. What would it mean for you guys to be able to get him that opportunity and get him to the NCAA tournament and get people to kind of, shut up and that are criticizing him for that?
Right, man. I feel like it'll be huge, especially for him. I mean, he's an extremely good coach.
All right, give me your best Forbes story. What do you rip on Forbes for? And I just want it so I can rip on Forbes. All right, so what? Give me some dirt on Forbes.
I say the biggest thing, like me and him always talk about, because obviously I'm from Omaha and he's from Iowa, so like we always talk about, what's better across the water, different stuff like that. So, but I mean, I don't know. He has a lot of them. He has a lot of them. He had one today. Like he's just locked in, and if we're not locked in and up to his level, then he's gonna let you know. So.
He's kind of an old school guy, isn't he, Hunter? In a way that he will hold you accountable, he will jump you,
Yeah.
but he will put his arm around you after doing that stuff, right? I feel like he's got a lot of and I don't know how much you've watched these guys or know these guys, but like a Bill Self, a Tom Izzo type, you can go at him a little bit, can't you?
Yeah, for sure. And like yeah, that's definitely how he coaches for sure. And definitely has a next play mentality. Like a lot of coaches say like that's how they are, but like he's literally living proof, like next play mentality. And like he'll forget it instantly. And maybe if you have a bad practice, he's been on you all practice. Right after it, he'll, come give you a hug. He won't even talk about it anymore. Like he's really, that type of coach for sure.
Hunter, I don't think we asked you this at ACC Media Day, but after last season, I think the expectation for us, at least, I don't know how it was around Wake, but for us was that you were probably going to head off to the NBA. You had that big leap as a player. You probably had some opportunities to be able to get something guaranteed there. And I think a lot of us were just kind of saying, like, you know what, this is his time. He's going to go, and then you decide to come back. Can you just take me through when you told Forbes what his reaction was and kind of maybe that decision-making process on what led you to come back to school?
Yeah, I mean, I think Forbes kind of had a pretty good idea that I was going to end up coming back just because, I mean, like he knows the things that I wanted as, a player and, the things that my family want and stuff is that. But then again, like the biggest thing that I wanted was, I wanted to get to March and I wanted to win, win
Mhm.
some games and I wanted to play with a really good team for my, my last year. So that was the biggest selling point for me. And I mean, after he telling me like the type of guys that he was recruiting and like the type of team that we were gonna build, I was like all in. I was like, yeah, I wanna go to war with these guys. And I mean, it's been great so far.
So
Are you gonna have your degree when you after the 4 years? Did everything all the credits transfer and everything?
Yeah, so from Gonzaga, I think I'll finish this summer.
good, good.
I have to take like two courses in the summer because not all of my credits transferred from when I was at Gonzaga.
So I've talked to a couple players. I'm not going to say who they are recently, and they're a little bit different situation than you, but they decided to come back to school for a couple reasons. One was the NBA wasn't a given, right? Like they might have gotten a two-way, who knows? They came back for the money. A lot of it was for the money, Hunter. Your situation wasn't like that, but they said to me, one of the hard parts of that is you're not all in. Like you're not all in right away. You know, there's times throughout the season where they're thinking like, man, maybe I should have, gone to the NBA, tried playing pro, whatever it is. Has that been hard for you at any point this year where it's like, not that you made the wrong decision. I'm not saying that at all, but sometimes just that like what if game of like there's another practice and you're waking up and you're just like, man, like what if I had done this? Did it take it all a little bit of time, I guess is what I'm getting at, to completely lock in this year to like, hey, I'm back 100% and I'm all in? Or was that the case from day one for you?
I honestly feel like that was the case like from day one when I was able to come back. And I just honestly feel like how my mentality is, I feel like if I wasn't that way, like I'd be doing my team a disservice, by having that type of mentality. So I mean, when I end up coming back to campus, it was just more so like, yeah, we're here and let's get it going. Like let's do this thing.
Have
I
you?
think the real interesting dynamic about where college basketball is right now is like it's more of a job than it's ever been. Like it's always been something where you have to, even before NIL was a thing, right? It was always something where you had to put in a certain number of hours and you had to put in the work and you treated it like a job. But now it's a job. Like you're getting your paychecks, right? Has it changed the way that you kind of view basketball at all? Has it changed the way that you kind of carry yourself, or is it just something as simple as, look, I'm a basketball player. I love playing basketball. This is what I do, and it doesn't matter. Could be getting paychecks, could be getting scholarship checks. Doesn't matter. This is what I do.
Right. Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, I feel like honestly, like it's still just basketball at the end of the day. But definitely like how it's going now, you have to have some sort of, professionalism to it. You know, like I know like here's an example. Like we're kind of treating it like how the NBA treats it, like technical fouls, getting fined, like
Really?
different things
Really?
that I, yeah. So just having and I feel like that's great
Yeah.
because at the next level that's how it's gonna be. So
Yep.
might as well just install it and teach us it now for sure.
Hey, when Forbes gets a tech, are you finding him?
I'm definitely gonna look over at him. I'm gonna be like, what's that? What's that? you know.
No, in all seriousness though, like now that you do have a level of income coming in, like were you prepared for, taxes coming in and making sure that you have a certain amount of withholdings? Are you investing some of that money? Is it something where it's just sitting in a savings account? Like because at this point, like you got to start making some of those decisions, not
I
just
just
for
hope
now. Like,
Forbes, don't let
yeah,
Forbes be your financial guy, whatever you do.
no, please don't, please don't.
Nah, I can't do that one. I can't do that one. Yeah, as of right now, my dad, he's been taking care of a lot of it. And I mean, I have a great circle, a great corner where people who's helping me make a lot of decisions and help manage my money and different things of that. But yeah, definitely like as of right now, my dad's been taking care of it. I've been getting help from like my agency and stuff as well. So it's been great.
Yeah. That's there's a lot of people out there. The first time that I got a paycheck and I realized like, hey, you were supposed to keep 40% of this in the bank to pay to the government, pay to Uncle Sam at the end of the year.
40.
That was a
What
little bit of a
tax bracket
painful.
were you in at 23 years old?
Not the same one as Hunter Sallis. I promise you that.
No, that's the fun part. Like Rob said, it's cool to see you come back and again, all the adversity that you faced, right? You've grown from it, and it probably will mean a lot more to you getting in the tournament right now after what you've kind of gone through to get here. So, best of luck, and I'm gonna do one more thing. I'm gonna try to send you a picture at some point that maybe if you could turn it into a big poster, it's going to be a picture of Forbes back when he was at Tennessee. He was like 50 pounds heavier, and he looked like a big orange, like a big round orange, Hunter. So we're gonna try to get that too for you. So the
All
more we
right,
can make
perfect.
fun of Forbes, the better. As you can tell, like that
Yeah.
it's basically this ACC episode is basically a combination of lifting you up, Hunter, and tearing Forbes down. That's the combo. All right. That's the combo. It's like a roast of Forbes. All right.
All right.
Man, we love you. Good luck the rest of the way. And hopefully we'll talk to you again soon.
Thank you guys. I'll see you guys soon.